We'd like to do an idea for you that was related to the H2O GATE Watergate Blues. In March of 1973, we wrote the Watergate Blues, and some 17 months later, then President Nixon resigned. But the story didn't end there, and so we didn't stop there. We have prepared a sequel, and it's called We Beg Your Pardon, America. We beg your pardon because the pardon you gave this time was not yours to give. They call it due process, and some people are overdue. We beg your pardon, America. Somebody said, brother man gonna break a window, gonna steal a hubcap, gonna smoke a joint, brother man gonna go to jail. The man who tried to steal America is not in jail. Get caught with a nickel bag, brother man, get caught with a nickel bag, sister lady, on your way to get your hair fixed. You'll do Big Ben, and Big Ben is time, but a man who tried to fix America will not do time. Said they're gonna slap his wrist, gonna retire him with $850,000, and America was shocked. America leads the world in shocks. Unfortunately, America does not lead the world in deciphering the cause of shock. $850,000, they said, and the people protested, so they said, all right, we'll give him $200,000. Everybody said, okay, that's better. I'd like to retire with $200,000 someday. San Quentin, not San Clemente. Do not pass go, go directly to jail. Do not collect $200,000. We beg your pardon, America. We beg your pardon because somehow the pardon did not sit correctly. What were the causes for this pardon? Well, now they had flea bite us. Rats bite us, no pardon in the ghetto. They had national security. But do you feel secure with a man who tried to steal America back on the streets again? What are the results of this pardon, though? Because remember, when there's causes, there's results, and the results is always deeper still. We now have Oatmeal Man. Anytime you find someone in the middle, anytime you find someone who is tepid, anytime you find someone who is lukewarm, anytime you find someone who has been in Congress for 25 years and no one ever heard of him, you've got Oatmeal Man. Oatmeal Man straddling uncomfortably yards and feet of barbed wire. It's hard to live in the middle all the time. Oatmeal Man, the man who said you could fit all of his black friends in the trunk of his car and still have room for the Republican elephant. Oatmeal Man. But there was no crime committed. Oatmeal Man says that America, in 1975, your president will be a 1913 Ford. Regressive. Circle up the wagons to defend yourself from nuclear attack. Oatmeal Man. Reminiscent of 1964's AUH2O Gold Water. Thank God he didn't win, but Oatmeal Man didn't win. Did you vote for him? I didn't vote for him. But that's the first result, and the second would be the Dread Rockefeller. Doubtlessly being promoted for the job he did at Attica. 43 dead and millions of Americans once again in shock. Doubtlessly being promoted for the job he did on the streets of New York City, where the pushers sell the drugs that the government allows in the country, and then they do time. They do life and death, or life and death behind bars, while William Saxby says he's going to dismiss the Lord and Furlough program. And Brother Richard X of Buffalo, New York faces 1,365, did he say 1,365 years behind bars for participating in Attica, and Rockefeller faces being the vice president of this country, and all is calm and quiet along the white sands at San Clemente. We beg your pardon, America. We beg your pardon once again, because we found out that 7 out of every 10 black men behind jail, and most of the men behind jail are black. 7 out of every 10 black men never went to the 9th grade, didn't have $50 and hadn't had $100 for a month when they went to jail. So the poor and the ignorant go to jail while the rich go to San Clemente. We beg your pardon, America, because we understand now much more deeply than we understood before. But we don't want to take the pardon back. We want to issue some more. Pardon Brother Frank Willis, the Watergate security guard. He was only doing his job. Pardon H. Rap Brown. It was only burglary. Pardon Robert Vesco. It was only embezzlement. Pardon Charles Manson. It was only mass murder. And pardon us while we get sick. Because they pardoned William Calley, 22 dead, and America in shock. And we understand all the more deeply, and we beg your pardon, as unemployment spirals towards 7%, and it seems like 70% in my neighborhood. As unemployment spirals, and as we watch cattlemen on TV shoot cows in the head and kick them in the graves while millions are starving in the Sahel and the Honduras, and maybe even next door. We understand all the more deeply as Boston becomes Birmingham, becomes Little Rock, becomes Selma, becomes Philadelphia, Mississippi, becomes yesterday all over again. We understand, and we beg your pardon. We beg your pardon, America, because we have an understanding of karma. What goes around comes around. And we beg your pardon for all of the lives and all of the people who've been ruined and who look forward to next year because they cannot stand to look at this one. We beg your pardon, America, because the pardon you gave this time was not yours to give. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The ground beneath my feet, I know was made for me. There is no any one place where I belong. My spirit's meant to be free, and soon now everyone will see life was made for us to be what we want to be. And then it's your world. It's yours and yours and yours, and what you see was not meant for me. It's your world. You don't have to be lonely, 'cause in your world you are truly free. The thoughts that fill my mind are a very special kind, because they're home to me. world. It's yours and yours and yours, and what you see was not necessarily meant for me. It's your world, yeah, but you don't have to be lonely, 'cause in your world you are truly free. And it's your world, it's yours and yours and yours, and what you see was not meant for me. It's your world, well, but you don't have to be lonely, 'cause in your world you are truly free. And it's your world, it's yours and yours and yours, and what you see, yeah, it was not meant for me. It's your world, but you don't have to be lonely, 'cause in your world you are truly free. You are truly free, so go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly free, go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly free, so go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly free, go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly, truly free, go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly, truly free, go ahead, be what you wanna be. You are truly, 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 truly free. You are truly free, go ahead, be what you wanna be.
And though it's been too long, too many years have passed, and though the time has gone, the memories still hold fast. Yes, as strange as it seems, we still live in the past. The essence of a black life lost in the hourglass. And ever since we came to this land, this country has ruled the day. When we would stand as one and raise our voices and say, you know, there won't be no more killing and no more talk of class. Your sons and your daughters won't die in the hourglass. ever since we came to this land. This country has ruled the day when we would stand as one. We got to raise our voices and say, you know there won't be no more killing and no more talk of class. Your sons and your daughters won't die in the hourglass. A toast to David Walker. A toast to Martin King. A toast to all the leaders who had a golden dream. Dream on, dream on. A toast to all black fathers who lived their lives in vain. A toast to all black mothers who shouldered this life in pain. A toast to the people. A toast to the people. Talking about you. A toast to the people. A toast to the people.
My name is what's your name? I am the voice the same, remembering things that I told me yesterday. My name is what's your name? I am inside your frame. We saw the devils, had to make them go away. My name is what's your name? You might reject my claim, but I expect that you won't vary from the norm. My name is what's your name? Ours is a single aim, and we can double recognize the needed form. Take it to the streets, tell everybody you meet. Do whatever you do whenever you hear the war drum beating. Put it in the air, spread it everywhere. Do whatever you do whenever you know you got to be there. Some might you only take it as a symbol. Someone look closely, who does it resemble? My name is what's your name? If you recall the change, then you can dig that we've been put into a trance. My name is what you do. I am inside of you. I've been here ever since the day you learned to stand. My name is what's your name? Born on the wings of strain. Ours is a justice that has long been overdue. My name is what you do, but we already knew, and now the clouds are winning. How come into view? Take it to the street, tell everybody you meet. Do whatever you do whenever you hear the war drum beating. Put it in the air, spread it everywhere. Do whatever you do whenever you know you got to be there. Some might you only take it as a symbol. Some might look closely, who does it resemble? My name is what's your name? I am the voice the same, remembering things that I told me yesterday. My name is what's your name? I am inside your frame. We saw the devils had to make them go away. Take it to the streets, tell everybody you meet. Do whatever you do whenever you hear the war drum beating. Put it in the air, spread it everywhere. Do whatever you do whenever you know you got to be there. Shamash, you only take it as a symbol. Shamash, look closely, who does it resemble? Shamash, you only take it as a symbol. Shamash,